Hi, welcome to lessonswithtroy.com. I'm Troy Brenningmeyer. Well, in today's lesson, we're learning my arrangement of In the Garden. It's in the key of D and also in open D tuning. And I'm playing this one on my Weissenborn. But for all you dobro players out there, you could also tune up your dobro to open D tuning. You can leave the same gauge of strings on, and you can play this tune as well in open D tuning. So it's kind of got a cool bluesy feel to it, but I tried to stick pretty close to the melody as well. So if you're ready, go ahead and print out your tablature, and let's get going with In the Garden in open D tuning in the key of D. Okay, so just a couple things before we jump on into the tab here. First of all, we're in open D tuning, so that's D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. The other thing, as you can tell, I'm wearing finger picks. A lot of Weissenborn players play with just their fingers or using fingernails. Me coming from a dobro background, I'm real used to controlling the tone with my finger picks and the way it feels. So I think I'm just gonna, try using finger picks for a while. But what I'm doing is I try to keeping my right hand back here by the bridge, like a lot of players do. They're used to supporting their right hand back here by the bridge. If you do that on Weissenborn, you get a lot harsher sound closer to the bridge. So I'll move my hand up closer to the sound hole, closer to the neck, and it'll soften up that tone. The other thing is like with a tune like this, I'm not plucking really hard, because I found when I do that, sometimes I hit the string so hard that it's vibrating out of tune. So I got to kind of calm my right hand down a little bit and just play a little softer. And the volume, actually, closer you pluck towards the sound hole, gets a little louder, I've noticed. Maybe it just sounds a little better. It's not as harsh back here to the bridge. Okay, so jumping on into the tab, this first phrase starts on beat 3 of measure 1. So we're in 3/4 time, or waltz time, 3 beats per measure. And this first phrase, like I said, starts on beat 3 of measure 1, so we count it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Little vibrato on that last note. So that'll be our first phrase we'll work on. Once again, get that rhythm in your head, that 3 beats per measure. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so beat 3, we're starting that open second string, plucking it with my middle finger. You can see that, and you might notice too, sometimes looks like my pick is actually playing that first string or the string above it, but it's actually kind of more underneath it. But if you can kind of focus in on where I'm plucking, that'll help you. Okay, so open second string with middle finger. And then we're going to do a quick roll, just like that, on string 6, 3, and 2, all open. That's just thumb, index, middle on that quick roll. You don't have to do that. You could just pluck like that, but it's just more of an ornamentation. third string, first fret on my third string, then open second string. Okay, so we got. Okay, now we're going to do an open first string, and then a real quick open fourth string, and then a pull off 2 to 0. I just do that pull off, pulling kind of up at an angle so I don't hit any of the lower bass notes. We want to keep those ringing out and sustaining through this. So notice that rhythm there. If we count that, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And that measure 3 would be 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and. So notice that rhythm there. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, now in measure 4, we're gonna do a slide from 2 to 4 on your first string, playing that with your middle finger. But we're plucking that open 6th string and letting it ring out through the whole thing. Okay, so while that open 6th string's ringing out, we just do a little filler there. Open 4th with thumb, open 3rd with index, and then 4 on my first string, open 4th string, and then go back to 1st string, 4th fret. Sounds like this. Now, check it out. When you play that 4th fret 1st string, what you're going to run into is that it's the same note as your open 3rd string. So you really want to watch your tuning there, your intonation. And you're going to get good tone out of that if you really work on your vibrato. Just relax that left hand, and I like to kind of anchor my ring finger with a little bit of space between it and my middle finger, and then find where the note's in tune, and then move backwards and then up to where that note's in tune. So I don't go, forward and, in front of the note that's in tune and behind it. I'm always going behind it and then up to it in tune. So trying to find it there in tune. And if you do a slower vibrato, vibrato is kind of difficult. You got to get that note in tune first, and then wiggle it back and forth. There we go. One more time. Let me count you off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Keep in mind, don't get your hand lazy back here by the bridge. You're not going to get a good tone. Try to bring that hand up closer to the sound hole. There we go. See how that kind of warms up the tone a little bit? Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next phrase.